I thought I would come on here and show you a little bit about how I did this technique with the isopropyl alcohol and the Stampin Blends markers and also vellum. I have it an acetate sheet down, and here is my vellum, that piece that I have. Just to give a little pitch for the radiating stitches dies, these are only available online in the online store, but they're absolutely amazing and so versatile. I am loving them. So that's my pitch for those really quickly. All right, so what I did was I just used brush tip of the Stampin' Blends, and I kind of went around in a circle dot kind of formation. Probably go back to doing more of the melon mambo. So if you do get some of the color on your marker, you can easily just wipe it off and it cleans off. You can see that there the color is gone. I would not like take it directly over it. They are forgiving. I'm just going to color this big spot. And then, let's see here. I'll do this one. This one I'm doing in a little bit bigger spots. Yesterday when I did it in smaller areas. Let's see here. I guess this one will be all green then over here. So you'll notice I'm using an acetate sheet underneath. I did put it in the tips and tricks, but just in case you're not reading that, I use my silicone mat thinking that that would work, but it kind of stained my silicone mat. It worked, but it stained it. If you don't care that it stained it, that's you can use it. But I went to using the acetate. Now what I'm going to do is, because I have the marker there, once I get alcohol on it, this is going to make that marker run. So I'm going to move this around so that it won't pick up that marker also. Let me move that out of the light. Okay, so for my brush, I'm just using an old painter brush that I had, and I put a piece of tape on the bottom of it that's just saying that this is my one I should use with the alcohol. I also said not to dip the brush directly back down into it. You can see that I don't know if you can see it, but my alcohol has a little bit of a pink tinge to it. So my suggestion is, it did dissipate somewhat. My suggestion is that you pour it without spilling it like I just did into the lid. When you do this, you don't want it to be soaking wet. What you want to do is you want to dab and not go back and forth, because if you go back and forth, it just becomes a muddy mess. But if you just dab it, hence why the bottom of my is looking pretty sad right now. Seems like that color kind of goes to the bottom. So if you just kind of stay on the top, then you're not going to lift that pink again. I took the pink over top of it. But you can see it marbling. And so my suggestion is now that you just set it aside. until, so what you would do is just finish the rest of your card. And if you want to add something to it, if you want to add drips of ink or gold ink or whatever onto the top of it, once it's dry, you can do that. But my suggestion is that you just let it dry. The other thing that I talked about in the blog post is that you want to use darker colors because it's going to give you more of, it's going to give you more effect. And I'm hoping, I think that you can see that here. I purposely tonight did use blotches of this so you could see, and also the pink. So you can see the Melon Mambo gives you more effect. It's you can see it, but it's not as effective as what this is. And remember, this was a big blob of the bubble bath, and so you can't really see it very much. It's gone. It's not quite gone, but it is. So I did not, on the back, this is not wet at all. Mine won't take very long to dry. Like I said, this part right here, I think I got a little too wet, and that's why that did that, and got really, really white. It is a kind of, as it's drying, you can see a little bit more of the lighter colors coming out, and the subtle. So I'll pull this up here so you can see. If you use smaller dots, but I wanted to show you with the bigger dots, kind of the effect. If you use smaller dots, here are two. This is one card, and you can see that it is, they're closer together. So, and when it dries, it is a little bit more bolder. So that was one. And then here's the other one. They're just a little bit different. All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out. Artsbysandylee.com. Thanks so much. Happy stamping.